Okay. So I'm so excited to introduce you to Spotlight number two from our July Celebrity Circle. And we have Mihan Truong from Ohio. And Mihan, congratulations for being a part of our Celebrity Circle this month. Very
Thank
fun.
you.
So I've known you since you got started with us. Has it been a little over 6 years now? Is that right?
hmm
Right. And
Yep.
you were with another jewelry company for how long prior to that?
6.5 years. So I just
Oh.
actually crossed over where I've been with Touchstone longer than the previous
Oh
company.
my
So
goodness. Oh, that's so good. I love it. Well, that explains a lot of your success. So you've always been a really consistent consultant and leader. And I have always been fascinated by people who can keep a very consistent party calendar. And that's something that has really mattered to you. And you've always really just known what your goals were, like what you really want to accomplish, and you just deflect everything else. And I really admire that about you. So when I saw you in May at the leader meeting, at the leader retreat, um, you had a goal of keeping your party calendar as consistent as possible. And you said that you had five parties or so in June. Is that what you ended up
that's
with?
what I ended up with. But at the
Yeah.
leader meeting, I only had three on my calendar.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah,
you
three
raced
dated.
home, and you booked a couple more, didn't
hmm
you? Okay.
Yep. hmm
Nice. I like that. So the thing that you did that I thought was really exciting was you went from that number of parties in June, 6 parties in June, right, to 9 parties in July. And I wanted to talk about how did you book those parties? Because, in any month, that's a sizable quantity of parties. But in the middle of what we call the summer on steroids, that's a phenomenal feat. So you've got some methodology and some mindset that I really want you to build. So
Okay.
what's the first thing that comes to mind when I say how did you do it?
Well, there are things that I've been doing ever since I've been doing direct sales. And my background is not sales, by the way. So I learned these from other people. But a booking game, you must play a booking game, whether you're at a live party or you're on a Zoom. And so I definitely have transitioned my live party format to a Zoom format for a game,
Okay.
and so I can show you that. That
Mhm.
definitely, you talk about the benefits and all those good things. You can you show them lots of jewelry, but it's always like the little fun thing that kind of like dangles that carrot to kind of seal the deal for all those people who are kind of on the fence. And then if that's not successful, I will follow up afterwards. But I get probably 90% of my bookings from a booking game.
Wow. Wow.
Um, yeah, or right at the party. So maybe they don't even play the game because they're like, oh, I'm afraid of dice, but they will book it at the time of the
Creative
party.
place.
Yeah, there are people who tell me that like there's too many options, type of thing, and I just want to have a party. I'm like, okay, let's have a
Right, that's
party.
easy. Well, that was my point anyway. Right. That's funny.
Yep. So booking game is definitely key, and I can demo that. The other
Sure.
thing during this time is being flexible about what type of party you offer. And I know it's more work if you're doing live parties and you're doing Zoom parties and you're packing up jewelry back and forth. But
Mhm.
honestly, you're the salesperson. It's your choice to do the business. And this is the climate of business that we're in. We need to adapt. So I offer the live. If they're interested in live, it's really up to them. I offer the live at a restaurant. So in home or at restaurant if they're not,
Fun.
opening their homes up yet.
Mhm.
Zoom with Facebook, just Facebook, whatever they want to try.
Right.
And any way that they would like to interact with their friends. I just ask them, so how are you interacting with your friends over the past year?
Okay.
And just listening to them. If they say, like, you know what, we've been doing mostly Facebook, but I really do want to see people. Do you think they would come out? And I said, why don't we just invite them? If it turns out 2 or 3 days before the party, people don't want to come out, we can just
Mhm.
do a Zoom then. I
Mhm.
can set up a Zoom right now talking to you, 30
Mhm.
seconds,
Mhm.
no big deal. So
Yeah.
just being flexible and just listening to what their concerns are, just like when you would get other booking objections before, right? You just listen to what they say and try to offer solutions or different alternatives. You need to be extra
Smart.
flexible and take on a little bit of more for yourself on yourself, if you want to continue to do the parties.
That's a good
So
point. What's your ratio for July with your parties?
it's 6 Zooms and 3 lives.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've already had one. I have to say every live party I've done, I've got my vaccination at the end of April was my vaccination plus 2 weeks. And so every live party I've done has been at least $800 in sales leaving the party. And then additional, they've been all much higher, I would say, than my previous probably live average. And they've been so fun, and so you do with what you're comfortable with. I wouldn't push anybody to get out there and do live parties if you're not ready for that.
Mhm.
But just know that people are missing each other, and the parties are
Yeah.
like laughter and tears and stories
I
and
know.
yeah. Yep.
It's
So
really true. It has been really fun. And I'm definitely noticing that the party averages at the live parties are way higher than they ever were before
mhm.
COVID, for those reasons. Even in the middle of the crazy summer, a lot of people are away, thankfully away. So that's kind
Mhm.
of neat. So show us a little bit of what you do with your booking game.
Sure.
I'd love to see.
So hopefully you're familiar with the Diva Dice game. If
Mhm.
not, you can watch the YouTube videos or in our training. So with the Zoom parties, you kind of have to adapt because no one's opening up purses or able to roll the dice themselves. So here are my prizes. Here are my dice. So I'll do a little demo here. So typically what I do is, all right, ladies. So we've talked about different offers that we have, and I have a special offer here for you. In here, I've got 11 different prizes. All right. 5 of them are a gift, which is from me, which is free shipping. So if you get that prize, you just contact me when you're ready to place your order. I'll take care of your shipping for you. Okay. 5 of these say, let's party. Let's party means that Betsy, as your hostess, gets credit for your booking. She gets that awesome 70% discount at your party. And you'll get the awesome shopping spree when you have your friends together for a Zoom party or a restaurant party, whatever you like to do. All right. So 5 let's parties. Now you can party anytime in the next 6 months. All right. But I have a special little deal for you if you want to party. Keep that in mind. So let's review. 11 prizes, 5 free shipping, 5 let's party. There's 1 grand prize. The grand prize is anything in the entire collection online in the catalog at 70% off. You put in your best offer, 50% off, 70% off. 1 item, you pick it out, it comes straight to you with your other bling. All right. So that's how that works. So any questions about the prizes? And they can ask their questions, right? If there's no questions, here's my question for you. I have these lucky dice. If you want a prize, you have to roll the dice. You don't have to roll if you don't want to, but if you roll, you're telling me, Mihan, if I have a number 6, I want prize number 6. And if it's let's party, I'm going to do it. Right. And so that's how that works. And so then I go around and I have a list of everybody who's already at the party written down here. And I say to the person most likely to book, in my opinion, let's say Michelle, are you ready to roll the dice? If she decides to roll the dice or roll it. Okay, we're going to roll together. You tell me when to stop. Ready? Go. Stop. And then we look at the dice and it says 10. Okay, Michelle, you got number 10. I'm going to write down your number here. We're going to open together. All right. Okay, Michelle, how about you, Lisa? Lisa, you want to roll the dice? Then we go through and do everybody. Anybody else? Okay, nobody else. All right, let's go ahead and pull our winners, right? Then I go and I open up each prize, right? And I usually start with the ones I kind of alternate because I know which ones are the discount, and I kind of go through. And then I say, for the ladies who have let's party, we're gonna have a great time at your party, but I have an extra special incentive for you. If you'd like to book for July or whatever date you want to book, that you want to state, I'm going to give you an extra prize. It can be a sparkle pen, sparkle prize. It depends on, like I said, you have to think about what you have to offer, right? And so that's what I do. And typically, and then after the party, I always have ready for every Zoom party, I have ready a text message. But I'm going to text them back. Great to see you on the Zoom. You have an extra raffle entry into our raffle giveaway, whatever the giveaway is for the party. Here's the link to the show. Here are the specials, and let's get together with your friends. So that's already ready in my phone. So when I finish the party, then I go and text them and I get the dates that way. So
You
that's
have that
kind of
saved as-
my,
you have that saved as a message in notes.
I
and
do.
you're
I
ready
just
to
used it last night. I had a Zoom last night.
Yep.
Yep. I can send it to you guys. Yeah. And I tell them that, ladies, you're going to have time to look at the catalog. After this, I'm going to send you the information that we covered today, all the specials and things that we have, as well as the shopping link for Betsy's party. And if you have any questions between now and the time that we close, and I give them the day, Monday or Sunday, whatever the day we close, feel free to text me, because I know you're going to get off of here. You're going to have seen all this different jewelry and you're probably going to have questions, and feel free to text me. So I leave that line of communication open. I think maybe one guest out of 10 might text me, not a big deal type of thing. They forget, they want to see a picture, things like that. So that's what I offer.
Okay.
Does that help?
It does. So then what happens if you don't get as many bookings as you wanted to?
Well, then after the party, I will follow up the same ways. Like if it's a warm lead, like maybe they rolled the dice, but they didn't get let's party, and they didn't say they wanted to opt into my special deal. When I go and close that hostess, I will let that hot lead know, did you know that Betsy got $735 in jewelry for $85?
Okay.
That's like 90% off,
There you go.
like something like
Right.
that.
So you start giving numbers about the hostess
yeah.
rewards. Okay. And it's funny, that's not really something that we have talked a whole lot about saying to people, and that's actually kind of, you and I think we're probably taught that long ago, to use that information in a public way so that the friends would book even after the fact. Do you get a lot of bookings that way?
I have. It
Mhm.
really depends. And the hostess can help you too. So the hostess, when she gets her jewelry, if you think that she's, you can tell if you've got good rapport with the hostess and you've coached her through this, she can take a picture of all those boxes when they arrive and put them back on the Facebook event and tag everybody on there. If she doesn't want to do it, have her send you the picture and you can do it, but it actually, so you can there's still all this follow-up that can be done. And if that doesn't work, then maybe you wait a few weeks or a month, and then a new special comes out, and then you touch base again. But like I said, 90% of my bookings are like at this setting or in the text following the hot lead type of thing. It really is. I don't do that much follow-up. I'm not that great with customer follow-up. Amy helps, but
right. But it helps that you're booking probably 90% of your parties at your party. So you're getting the bulk of the work done while you're actually at the party.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. And when you're live and in person, it's pretty much the same deal, right? Except you have actual boxes, or how do you do that?
Actual boxes, or some people use the baby purses.
Yes.
I've used envelopes. I just change it up. It really is the same game. I don't think sometimes they don't even realize, but use the envelopes, change it up. At Christmas time, I had little gift card holders without gift cards, just with the holders. Yeah. And it was fun because they're decorative, just use whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I love it. So what else? What else helped you get to 9 parties in July?
The other thing I wanted to mention is fundraisers. And you think about all those organizations that in the last year and a half haven't been able to have their big raffles or their big events that bring them $10,000, $20,000 or whatever it is. And a lot of those people who are volunteering for those organizations haven't been able to really do much to help their organization. So there's all these people who are like passionate about the cause, whatever their cause is. Yeah. So why not reach out to them? And you'll see people doing, walks, walks for a charity. Reach out, offer it. And yes, it will cost you a little bit of money. You decide if you want to do an item that they're going to sell tickets for. They take care of the money for the tickets. You just donate the item. Or if you want to do a percentage of sales, if they do a party, you have to decide what's right for you. But I would rather pay that money and donate that money than pay into any kind of networking group or anything like that. Because these people are like already aligned on a common interest, and they're passionate. These, people who volunteer for these things, it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to put on a reverse raffle event. I don't know if you've ever been involved with one of those, but Yeah, and so I did a couple of those last month, and one of them booked 3 parties, 2 in this month, one for the month after, which are not fundraisers, they're just parties.
Right.
And you meet, they're all brand new hostesses, never
Right.
hosted with me before.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And so that is one of the beauties of a fundraiser, is that it takes you completely out of your circle or any circle that you might be in, and plops you into a whole other group of people that who would book parties with you that aren't even fundraisers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great
Mm-hmm.
point. So if for those of us who get stuck, like you said, find those passionate people who have a cause, figure out a way to do a fundraiser with them, and it'll help you
Yeah.
get unstuck. I love that idea. Very
Because
smart.
those people really get it done. You think about like go-getters and people who are like self-motivated or motivated by something external. It's just,
Um,
yeah. Yep. So
that's neat. So when do you have a goal for the rest of the summer?
I would like to, I still have a recruiting goal. It's a goal of mine, my own personal development. So trying to ask more people. I am asking more people. I am more
Good.
vocal about it on the Zooms. It is, I always find it to be the hardest part of the 3 elements for me.
Right.
But just continue to do it, get more conversations, and maybe one of these will stick.
I have no doubt. I mean, you're certainly selling enough and you're certainly getting in front of enough people. It really is. You're right. It's about how many people am I actually offering this to, one-on-one. That's where the Just Ask, I don't know if you saw the Just Ask challenge that we came up with. And one of the elements is when we do that reach out to check in on their jewelry after the fact, we add the PS. Hey, PS, wanted to make sure you saw what our summer starter kit looks like in case you're looking for something fun to do like I am. And then the picture of the starter kit. So it dovetails with what you would probably want to do anyway, and
Yeah.
makes use of that one message that goes out to them. Because like as you well know, we never know. We never
You
know.
just never know. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's just great. I'm so excited for you. Your dedication to the detail and the consistency of doing the party game really makes such a difference. And if people have questions about it, can they post their questions
Sure.
down below okay, great. All right. Well, thanks, Mihan. I really appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.